Oh, y'all getting alcohol.
Hold on,
See, I would walk downstairs, but it's so far.
Ooh,
And
I'll take Cuervo.
What?
Jealous.
I got some
No.
tea too.
Hold up.
Tea.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Tea and water.
get it. Get it. What kind of tea?
Wait, tea and
It's
water?
chamomile.
Ooh, sleepy tea. A
It
fave.
is. It's sleepy tea.
What's the alcohol percentage on that?
99%.
Whoa, Georgia's going
I
hard.
like to put
Going ham.
I like to put some
Wow.
CBD oil in here.
Do we have hold on.
Oh, go ahead, Shalon.
Oh, Shalon was not playing.
I know that looked terrible. It's really not that bad. It's literally
Is that grapefruit juice?
No. It is. So I have some white Zinfandel.
Ooh.
And then I also have some
Ooh.
sweet red Gallo family. And then I have what I'm going to mix it with, which is this Simply Mixed Berry.
Yum.
Yeah.
Fucking shave. I need
Dude, same.
My
This is
barber.
my apocalyptic face right here.
bro, yes, my barber is closed.
I just need the
can't.
baggy clothes and the axe. I need all that shit.
I'm about to
Okay.
go on live after this and shave my head.
We're going to be having a read-through of the Abnormals pilot, which is the beginning of what I like to call the Darkverse. So in my mind, there are three different essential timelines of the series. One is what I like to call the CW verse.
The CW isn't all bad. It's terrible.
Which would like theoretically be taking place on like the CW type channel. And then we have the middle verse, which is actually the version of the pilot that we've been shooting. And then we have the dark verse. So I was thinking that we do like a nice little fun read through of some other scenes that maybe you guys aren't that familiar with, and you can see kind of like the origins of your characters in like a separate timeline, just to keep things fresh and interesting and fun and all that. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So this is going to be the first read through for the Abnormals, episode 1.1, The Scream. Act 1, Interior Ritual Room Night. Faint candles light a ritualistic room as we open in what seems to be the aftermath of an orgy. Oh. Slumbering, wet, and naked bodies are strewn everywhere. Black and red robes and sheets litter the place. Do you want me to hold on until you get the script up? Are you completely like, what? You want me to wait? I'll wait for you, Maki. Go ahead.
No, I read it earlier.
To like read this ahead of time because I didn't, so that took me off guard.
Act 1, Interior Ritual Room Night. Faint candles light a ritualistic room as we open what seems to be the aftermath of an orgy. Oh. Slumbering, wet and naked bodies of each gender are strewn everywhere. Black and red robes and sheets litter the place, barely covering their bodies. Various symbols and markings are painted or engraved in their skin. Some symbols of power, love, and creation. We come to a woman, Raven, late 20s. She has somber, delicate features that exemplify her glistening dark skin. She lies asleep, possibly dreaming the most pleasant dream until her eyes snap open in a gasp. Raven pulls herself up in a panic, her breathing heavy and scarce. She gets a searing headache, and bam! In the middle of it all, death, destruction, carnage, men, women, and children of all appearances as different creatures are horrified. We see some mutilated, covered in blood, crying out in sorrow and pain. Snap back to Raven as her gaze goes upward, and energy begins to fill her, making her body go stiff by its power. We see the goosebumps rise along her arms and legs, the veins under her skin pulsate as the force consumes her every being. Raven gives into it. Something about it is orgasmic. Her eyes roll back. Another woman, Lilah, mid-20s, awakens to see the ordeal. She comes to Raven's side, excited yet wary. Clearly this wasn't unanticipated.
Raven, everyone, something's happening.
Others in the room begin to stir as they hear the ordeal. They move in to watch it all unfold.
She's chosen.
The energy continues to fill Raven, her body completely erect. We get passing glimpses of the destruction from before, and then it crashes into Raven. Her body goes limp to the ground, her eyes close. The others in the room look her over in worry, curiosity. Lilah leans closer to her.
Raven?
Ease on Raven, unmoving. Then she awakens coldly, her gaze on Lilah for a beat. The others keep watch on her, waiting. Raven sits up, letting out a deep breath that sends a ripple of shimmering energy through the room. Wind blows, Lilah and the others feel its presence, inhaling it, but something doesn't feel right.
Are you okay?
Raven turns to her, the gravest look on her face, almost as if she could cry.
I feel her all through me. I feel what she feels. She knows what's happening. She knows what's coming. She knows what's coming.
Raven is then lurched backwards by the force, her back arched. She screams out, and release! Smash cut to exterior gas station night. We linger on a dark road that leads to a small, almost deserted-looking gas station that remains lit by the blinking fluorescence overhead. A car pulls up at a pump. Interior, Selene's car. In the driver's seat is Selene Callahan, mid-20s, white, assertive, protective, and often sure of herself, or so she thinks. Right now, she's restless. The trip she's been on has been long and grueling, but not as annoying as her little brother in the passenger seat, Dale Callahan. 17, scrawny, entitled slacker type, is pretending to be asleep.
Can you get the gas? I want to close my eyes for a sec.
Nothing from Dale.
You were literally up 2 minutes ago.
Well, I got sleepy.
Selene rolls her eyes and gets out the car, slamming the door. She stretches a bit, working out what kinks she can as she goes to the pump. She sets up the transaction, then waits as the fuel goes, leaning against the car. Selene takes out her phone, checking over everything she's missed. She sees the preview of a text message from 4 days ago from Mom, reading, "Get here now." She stares at the screen for a moment, locked in a cold trance. Then the pump unlocks. The gas transaction is done. It shakes Selene out of thought. She puts her phone away. Her gaze comes up ahead to the car. A man stands there in dirty clothes. His features are worn and deranged. Bizarre scars and burn marks litter his face. We'll call him Hobo Man for now. He looks intently at Selene. Selene's creeped out. She keeps her eyes on him as she removes the pump. Then he begins to walk closer to her, revealing a makeshift switchblade in hand. He pants and heaves with excitement. Dale opens his eyes to see Hobo Man approaching the car. Angle Selene.
Hey, stay the hell back.
Just as Selene moves to her side of the car, Dale gets out and steps in front of her. He's not scared, he's eager.
Dale, get back in the car.
Hobo Man stops, then holds up his hand to gesture too. He licks his lips hungrily. He moves faster towards Dale and Selene. Dale reaches out a hand. Hobo Man is frozen, caught by a force at his center. Dale clenches his fist. There's a loud crack from the man. He clenches in pain. Then Dale swivels his fingers together and blood begins to trickle from Hobo Man's mouth. He spits out several teeth.
Dale.
What were you gonna do, you sick fuck?
The man clenches through gritted, bloody teeth. Dale lifts both his hands and makes a tearing motion. Hobo Man's arms simultaneously begin to crack and fold backward, all slowly and very painfully. He squeals, but the noise then turns into a gurgled chuckle. He's enjoying all of this.
The hell?
Dale readies the tearing motion again, but Selene hovers her hand around his head and whispers in a different language. Dale falls out unconscious. Selene checks him over. He's good, just in a deep sleep. She then looks to Hobo Man. She walks over, staring him down in disgust. Something about him is much more familiar up close. Hobo Man is still chuckling, the blood spilling from his mouth as he looks up at her. He keeps laughing. It's maniacal, psychotic. Then he goes to bark and gnaw at Selene savagely. Selene clenches onto his head.
Forget the sight you've just met. Your mind is in shambles. No need to submit.
Hobo Man's eyes begin to move in fast circles in his head. He convulses and begins foaming at the mouth. Selene removes her hands, stepping back. Hobo Man's head drops to the ground, his eyes shut. Beat. He breathes deeply, just enough for us to know he's still alive. Cut to interior Selene's car moments later. Selene drives down the dark road. Dale is coming to in the passenger seat.
What the fuck was that back there?
What are you talking about?
The guy you were playing fucking folding chairs with?
Did you knock me out?
Yeah, you can't use your powers like that, ever.
He was just some bum, an agile one, but it's only less.
It doesn't matter. You end a life, that's on you, no matter who it is.
Maybe I don't care.
What?
The guy didn't stop to ask us for change. He was going to kill us. How would you feel if he was having an entrail party with your guts right now?
You need to chill.
You need to be realistic.
No. You're not going to talk to me about things you don't get. That's your problem. When we get to Briarfell, you'll get the proper training, the proper knowledge about all this.
If you guys hadn't been complete shits my whole life, this wouldn't be a problem, but here we are.
Dale.
I don't even want to talk until we get to this shithole.
Dale settles back in his seat. Selene flashes him an agitated look and turns back to the road. Exterior, Briarfell, Maryland. Night, establishing shot. We get a roaming aerial shot of the town of Briarfell, Maryland, a quaint suburban town in the southern Maryland region. On the surface, it's your average, well-maintained small town, a spacious main street and town square area that has all you need. Shops and eateries, a mall and movie theater blocks away, an elementary, middle, and high school for the local kids and teens to attend, and a looming town hall building at the northern portion of town. On this summer night, the town of Briarfell is a bit lively. Some town folks are finishing up shopping ventures, movie outings, or just taking advantage of the late-night summer food and drink deals at the Briary. Interior, the Briary. Community center. The Briary doubles as both a diner and community center for the townsfolk, a place where families and local kids and teens like to spend their downtime. We move through the busy community center, home to arcade games, foosball and pool tables, and other activities and games everyone enjoys. Interior, the Briar Rink, continued. We then open into a circular room that serves as a skating rink. It's packed tonight. Colorful lights swarm around the place. Upbeat hip-hop music booms in the speakers as patrons skate and flutter about with friends and family. Among the patrons swaying on her skates is Mya Adwa, Ethiopian-American, smart-spirited, determined, a borderline know-it-all. She lets the breeze of her bride and the chill vibes be her vibe. Then Priscilla McIntyre, 17, biracial, spunky, smartass with curly purple hair comes up on one side of her, while Calvin Lynnwood, 17, black, sturdy built with handsome features and seemingly free spirit confidence comes up on the other side. They are Maya's best friends.
Race y'all around the rink.
You know you won't even get the chance.
It's just going to be last call soon. Don't you just want to vibe?
I'm feeling competitive, and the urge is telling me to whoop y'all asses. So let's do it.
Pre readies herself, then the skate rink DJ D Rink comes over the speaker, lowering the volume of the No racing! No racing!
Oh, damn it.
Calvin and Maya chuckle at that.
I told you, DJ D Rink has been on your ass since last summer. I don't know why you tried to get past him. Right?
Not my fault that that 8.
I heard that.
It is not my fault that that 8-year-old's birthday was taking up half the floor.
Bree, you nearly bulldozed through 4 of those kids.
And none of them got hurt. It's the power of Band-Aids, baby. What's the problem?
Okay, subject change. Y'all get your list together?
Another subject, please.
I surely did. Fucking nerd.
Can we talk about this like never? I thought the whole point of tonight was to forget the impending doom.
It's not an impending doom. School is starting up in a couple of weeks, meaning we got a whole year ahead of us. Goals to set, shit to achieve. It'll keep us on our toes. Or pause.
The only goal I'm setting for school is getting the fuck and never looking back.
Girl, please. That's on all of our lists. My teachers is acing my SATs the first and only time, applying to 4 dream colleges afterwards, improving on at least 6 different scholarship disciplines. That all depends on my lesson plans for classes and electives and stuff.
Literally shooting.
And I'm going for class president.
Oh, word?
Well, that's not a cliche move for you at all.
Glad you know me so well, because I'm making my vice president.
Excuse me.
You'll go around to it.
Well, y'all got my vote. If you need me to objectify myself in any way to get more, let your boy know. Been bulking, getting a little thickums this summer. Want to show off a little.
Calvin does a little dance with his tongue out, but nearly loses his balance on his skates. A couple other skaters laugh at him as they pass.
Nope, no body objectification. Just objectifying our minds and values.
Calvin and Pre give her a look. Maya even knows that didn't come out right.
Well, you know what I mean. Fearless leaders with good policies and a mentality to match the good stuff. That good stuff.
If that's your slogan, it sucks.
You'll help me with it?
Then Ronnell, 17, tall, black, a little awkward, but he's got a good heart and a sweetness about him, collides into Maya and he topples to the floor in front of the trio. They come to a halt.
Watch yourself.
Ronnell's friends skate past. They pushed him into her. Ask her out, boy! They laugh as they keep their lap going. Ronnell looks up at Mya, peeved. She offers a smile back to him.
Sorry, they did that.
It's okay.
Mya holds out both hands to him. Ronnell is hesitant at first, but then takes them and Mya pulls him up. They skid for a bit, grabbing their footing, but eventually come face to face. It's sweet, but awkward since they haven't had a clue what to say in this moment. Pre rolls her eyes at the ordeal. Calvin thinks it's cute.
Thanks, Mya, and my bad.
Was that all you wanted to say, Ronnell?
Beat.
Come on, let's go this way.
Why? He ain't ever gonna ask her out.
Calvin and Pre skate away. It's just Ronnell and Mya now.
How's your mom? She really came through for my little bro's Cub Scout bake sale. I still owe her one.
Doing pretty good. She actually taught me that cake recipe this summer. Lots of patience in that little woman. Well, sometimes.
Cool. Maybe I can come by and eat your cake. Hey, you would have baked if you ever baked it again.
You can come visit my mom and I'll have one ready. Just be prepared for 10 other side dishes from her and then 1,000 questions from my dad. Wouldn't want him to think it's trying to steal his wife or something or anything.
Ronnell lets out a louder laugh than he should have, and that makes Mya jump a little.
Right. Cool. Yeah, just hit me up with what day works best for you for your mom.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll away and catch up with those fools.
Tell them if they push anyone into me again, I'm kicking the shit out of them.
Oh, bet.
Ronnell waves and skates on. Mya looks after him, blushing just a little, but then her face turns up as she tries to figure out, did they just set up a date? Calvin and Pre roll up next to her.
All right, I see you, Miss Adwa. Getting a little boo thing is on the to-do list for this year, too.
Calvin, that would be nothing but a damn distraction.
So, we could double date.
Part of Mya actually likes the idea of that. Pre still seems annoyed by the whole subject. DJ D-Ring's voice comes into the speakers. All right, it is officially last call, and we're going to send you folks off on the throwback to ease you into the night. Y'all enjoy these last few days of summer before Mother Nature lets her go. Before I Let Go by Frankie Beverly and Maze begins to play. Patrons in the place all break out singing the opening. Whoa, whoa!
Whoa,
Calvin and Mya are hyped.
Hey, it's the original. Come on, y'all.
Calvin takes Mya's hand, and yes, that is a slight dig at the Beyonce remix. Just a slight. Love me some Beyonce, but still the original. Calvin takes Mya's hand, and they skate on the center of the rink. Pre stands there watching them, her thoughts about her friends wandering a little gloomily. Calvin and Mya turn back and begin singing along to her.
You made me happy. Wait, I don't know how it goes.
You made me happy. Felt.
You can bet.
They just
Y'all some
repeat.
bum joint.
Pre skates on to join.
So good.
We see various beauty shots of the three of them gliding amongst the crowd as the music plays. They're enjoying themselves with smiles and laughter. Oh, Nysia, this is for Hector to come up. Is he around? Sorry, I forgot to.
Hang on.
Drink is low. I guess it's time to refill. So Hector, hi Hector, if you're there and you can hear me.
Hello.
All right, so
He has
Edwin
my last name, same race.
Hernandez. Yep, I got you, man. Shout out. Edwin Hernandez, El Salvadorian stoner dude with an artsy edge, is slammed into a wall by Damon Horne, black with a gripper taller build. Clearly nowhere in Ed's weight class. He's pissed.
Your time been up, boy. Where's my damn money?
I told you, bruh. I can get it to you by the end of this week.
And clearly you ain't got a calendar because it's Friday, fool.
Damn, it is.
Damon punches Ed in the stomach. He kills over from the blow.
So what the hell are we gonna do about your lack of timekeeping?
Damon snatches Ed up by the collar and pulls him up to face him.
Huh?
Hey.
Both boys look and see Elijah Krane, early 30s, black, good looks, authoritative type, always on an unintentional mission to find themselves, aren't we all? He steps from the shadows onto the scene.
What's going on, young man?
If you ain't a cop, stay the hell out of this.
You boys go to Briarfell High?
Damon's getting annoyed. He releases a hold on Edwin and starts to step towards Krane.
Yo, I said stay out of this.
Look, I'm just wondering. I'm new in town, and I'm trying to get an idea of what caliber of students I'll be in charge of.
Caliber? I ain't got no damn gun.
No, that's not what
You the new principal?
That I am. Elijah Krane, Principal Krane in a couple of weeks.
Appreciate you reaching out to the students early or whatever, but we ain't on your clock yet. So best to let me handle my business, all right?
How much does he owe me?
What?
I said how much?
Damon looks Krane up and down, hesitant.
30.
20.
30. Late fee, fool. He owes me 30.
Krane nods. He reaches in his pocket and then pulls out some cash and hands it to Damon.
That's $40. Now, I don't ever want to see you putting your hands on somebody else like that again. We clear?
You are a cop, ain't you?
Hell no. But I do want my students to act right, in and outside of the school. Now, I don't know what you need that money for, but it's never a good look to beat up on somebody for it, especially if you were a young black man. And this conversation could have gone completely different if I was a cop.
Damon still looks him over uneasily, but he does make a point.
Now go on and get home. It's getting late.
Damon nods and runs off. Ed is still left against the wall.
All right.
You clutch for that, future principal?
Well, I don't really want to make it a habit of saving students that give themselves problems that they don't need to have. So whatever you did to owe him that money, try not to make it a habit if you can help it. All right?
You gonna give me $40 if I say yeah?
Krane takes a moment. Krane takes a moment, then he chuckles at that remark. He turns and walks on.
You know the old principal died, right?
Krane pauses, his back still to Ed.
Some people around here say he moved, but I think he did.
Krane takes that in.
Well, let's hope the same thing doesn't happen to me.
And with that, Krane continues on into the night. End of Act 1.
My scene was just getting my ass whooped. What I owe him money for?
Yeah.